pulled out a bottle of Heineken from Min.
I'm currently in a Premier Inn in Luton. The room stinks of weed, which would be, I imagine, the answer to the question I asked when I walked in the room: why is that window already open? Now I'm in Luton because tomorrow, very, very early, I'm getting on a plane. I have travelled to the notorious Spanish city of Benidorm, famous for its British expat immigrant community, its nightlife, and bright red geezers, to find out for myself what it's really like with my own two eyes. We begin in our hotel, called Hotel Bristol.
It's the hands on the hips, it's so good. He's on business. Yeah.
I am in Bristol Hotel, which I was joking about and then informed that we were actually staying in Bristol Hotel. A brief look at the local fellow Britishman, as you can tell from a distance, and the roundness of the stomach and the redness of the skin. This is the hotel room. 3 single beds for 3 cool guys. Ed is having a shit, but there's a TV, and we'll go out on the balcony. We'll walk past Alice, who's just jumped on the bed, and you know what, so far this is pretty. I like it, it's nice. I came with some severe preconceptions, and within about an hour of being here, I feel I feel at home. Our first port of call was to walk down the infamous promenade and see if we could spot any things that might draw the British here. Shall I buy the suck my cock vest or the I love pussy? Ooh, cold cider. I hate cider. I love pussy. I have come incredibly well prepared. I don't have any sun cream. I don't have any sunglasses. I'm wearing all black, but I did a bit of studying and I can speak English, so we're all good. There is Guinness for 2 for €9. That's like what? It's like €9 for fucking. Oh, already I understand the appeal in Londinium. Why? Why can't I just say London? Why do I have to say it like an idiot? I pay like £7 or £6.80, which is sickening. Now I just need to find some Marmite on toast. Or KFC. Well, that's alarming, isn't it? That is. Was that us or is that the Spanish? Actually, I don't know. Whose fault is that? Ah, yes. The classic green beach train covered in bird shit. That is literally called the Guinness Bar. I must enter it with aplomb. Right now, as we walk down the promenade past the White Lion, the White Lion pub, we have been approached by a man trying to coax us into his restaurant by saying, 3 o'clock, you come, we have sexy dancers. I want a scran, mate. Scran food, not batty. Our first choice for food in Benidorm was a 4.1 rated TASA cactus. We have come for lunch, and in the restaurant is a fruit machine. Oh, I wonder what's in the club sandwich. Ham, cheese, salad, tomato, mayonnaise, and the City of York. I opted for the TASA Guinness Superior, which directly translates to Upper English Terrace. Mouth-watering. Fried eggs, bacon chips, and toast. This is what I live for. This is why I wake up every morning. Cheers to the Empire.
I've not got the shield on camera, so I can do this.
The cost of this is on screen right now. It's a sex-filled beach. That would be, you'd get sand in bits you don't want sand, so I wouldn't recommend it. Right, I can't stress how perfect this is for someone as beige and fussy eater as me. There's no beans, there's no sausage or beef. There is just simple chips, egg, bacon, and toast. Slightly questionable quality, but I've had half a section of each, and I'm going to eat it. The bacon was absolutely dreadful, to be honest. It was dreadful quality. It was like if you ordered from a workman cafe, one that you'd never go into. You know, you see them, it's like the British equivalent of like a chicken shop on the high street. You know what I mean? We are now going to go to the Guinness pub I saw earlier, because I fucking love Guinness, mate. So what? I'm here to find out if Benidorm is actually my home, my true calling in life, and if you should maybe come here, and if maybe it shouldn't get as much grief as it should. Just the fucking, oh, look at that, mate. I fucking love ice cream. The only thing I love more than Guinness is potentially ice cream and hoarding money. I really fucking hate spending money. £4.81 for a pint of Guinness was music to my beers, as was the live music on offer, which was a Scottish man singing Kings of Leon, accompanied by a 15-year-old TV with an hour-long image of the bloke on Windows Media Player. The pub menu was also particularly interesting. Now on this menu, you have a Guinness salad. You have a Guinness sandwich. Now none of these have actual like Guinness in, but it does have York, the city of York. I instead opted for another Guinness. See, to be fair, Benidorm in the day seems quite jolly, quite fine. You know, it's not high standard, but you're not looking for high standard, you're looking for a cheap package holiday, and I think that's okay. But I might change my mind in the evening, because when an Englishman gets a night beer inside him, he wants to scrap.
If you're looking for a cheap package, get inside my pants.
That is... There's loads of drugs here as well. We are now out for the final stretch, off to find some dinner. I put on my best shirt that I could be bothered to bring, which has toothpaste down it. Just a little sprinkle. But at least it knows, you know, people know I have a fresh mouth. That is what we like to see. Now, as I wolfed down what was most likely a Dr. Oetker margarita pizza for €8 and a couple drinks that your dad would call gay, we headed out to find our first bar. It looked like a Dr. Oetker, but I don't think it was. If it was, then the doctor is in. He has a PhD in making a bloody fine scran. We've just discovered the Castle, a British bar with homemade British food. And it is the best designed thing I've ever seen abroad. But also Strongbow. We settled on Winners Sports and Music Bar to begin the evening, where people in Plymouth Argyle shirts watched the big game between Plymouth and Rotherham United on one of the many screens available. Oh look, more fruit machines. As me and you stare into this disco light, Ellis became ill and we opted to call it a night on his behalf, because tomorrow we wanted him to feel better for the main attraction of Benidorm, the reason why we have arrived. Sticky Vicky. Right, day 2 in the wonderful cultural centre of Benidorm. Today I have a couple objectives. I want to go and find the exact spot that this photo was taken of me and my older brother wearing matching incredibly cool Tony Hawk shirts, which I feel like may hold up today. I would like that white Hawk shirt with the red writing. It's pretty cool. I'm in my nostalgia era, which just means I'm getting close to 30. And I wish I wasn't. I want to go find the exact spot, and I'm not going to use Google Maps. I'm just going to figure out from the buildings in the background the wonderful Benidorm skyline, and then hopefully see a show. A notorious show. I would never do anything like this, but when you're in Benidorm and there's an icon present, you gotta go see the ninth wonder of the world. What is this study? He wouldn't wear Suck My Cocktail. So we're walking down the promenade, and on that little photo of myself and my brother, there are two large orange-looking buildings and then a smaller white one in front of it, which makes me think it's over the end of the promenade down there, because I can see two large orange buildings with a little white one in front of it in front of me right now. Okay, well it's going to be that, and then the little white building there. So we've got to head like here, roundabout, where my little digit is. This is a baffling place. Beautiful, my favourite. Makes me feel like home. The London Supermercado. The Union Jack isn't that way up. That is grossly offensive to all involved. Do you fancy a Burger King or a McDonald's? A McDonald's ice cream. Right by the beach. Just glorious. One thing I've noticed about Benidorm is that it doesn't seem to be, much wrong with it. It's no different to like a Tenerife. You've got jet skis here, you've got these little pedalos. I've just seen a man going around on like skis on the back of a boat. There's really nothing wrong with it. And like everyone keeps thinking it's all English people. It's not. I've heard so many Scottish people as well. Right. I found it. I'll tell you what, it's pretty bloody cool going back to the exact same spot on the planet that you were in about 20 years prior. But it turns out if you post a before and after picture without your brother in the shot, it makes it look like he's died. My brother is alive and well. He's just not in Benidorm. We have just seen an unbelievable Queen Lizzie. Look at this. It's in the Copacabana, which you wouldn't assume would be very British. But look at this. We've got the Beatles and we've got Her Majesty herself. Rest in peace, my friend. You would have loved Fortnite. No, she was alive then, wasn't she? I don't know. Look at this geezer. How do you tell your other half that you're going out in the Real Valladolid mobile? There is no other half, is there? A £4 pint, 20 degrees sun, not too hot, not too cold, and watching the 3 o'clock kickoff, not on a dodgy stream. This is why people go to Benidorm. This is happiness. And I've got a Duff beer from the Simpsons in the Simpsons font, and I'm convinced this is a rebranded Lidl because I have spotted a donut, which I always get from Lidl or Aldi or one of them. I recognise that bad boy. I'm getting it. As I ate my familiar friend and sipped my Duff beer in the sun, I thought about how absolutely fine and nice this place had been so far. It's not really as bad as people make it. Oh bloody hell, look at the size of that seagull! Crikey! The hotel Ciarán was by far the best, to be honest, which was only £3.85 extra with our room for 2 nights at a cost of around £85 a night, which is pretty decent. It was a nice hotel. The weirdest thing was how incredibly surreal it was to see so many British things abroad, with my favourite being the home of Mansfield Town's supporters club Benidorm. Niche. Now this isn't English, but it's definitely been there since at least September 10th, 2001. Now all that was left for our final night was to walk down the strip, have a few drinks, and then go and witness Sticky Vicky, a magic show where a woman pulls random objects out of her magic snatch. I am so sorry for saying the word snatch. Right, we're currently walking down the main sort of strip, and I've just been offered sniff about 8 times.
Want to have some drinks to come to?
No, thanks, mate. I don't want any drugs. No, thank you.
Fucking this road.
Oh, this road is the worst place in the world. No, thank you. No, thank you. No, we're fine, thank you, mate. I don't need any Charlie as well, thank you. I'm terrified. I'm objectively terrified. This is my idea of hell.
Yo, boys!
All of it.
Big Latin asses.
I'm fine, I don't need a big Latin ass.
How big you want? I have all color, all size, guys.
I want to get away from this, what the fuck this is.
Mate, this is not me. You know, I thought in the day this was actually quite fine, but it's got night now, and I'm sick of being asked if I want drugs. This is not for me. This I can't be. I wanna go home. This is honestly.
This is mental.
I'm not even going to trust a drink that's poured here. I feel overwhelmingly uncomfortable. I don't know if I'm just, you know, not 19, but fuck me. Generally my worst nightmare. In the day, this was a nice little, what I imagine Clapton might have looked like in 1975. Mum, can you come pick me up? This is the most I've never wanted to drink before and just go home immediately. We're now trying to find somewhere still a little bit more dead to have another drink, to try and get some sort of base level where this feels okay to be in.
That's quite dead over there.
Because people are just walking up and down here, like as families as well, with like a baby. I bet they're not offering the baby some sniff. That hotel's just called Philippines. The Rodfather, Benidorm's #1 Rod Stewart tribute. Is he dead? We finally got a couple drinks in to help the uncomfortable situation the three in-betweeners found ourselves in. I was very naive and just didn't expect this at all. Who is this for? It's like imagine the worst ever Yates, but it's everywhere, and you're in Blackpool. We opted to go straight to the Sticky Vicky venue, which was entirely free entry and with a free shot too, which made complete sense because there was not a single soul in that place. Well, there's that guy, but he left. We were the only 3 people inside. An American-themed bar with just a cowboy talking show and also a Confederate flag. Okay, there was some interesting merch you could purchase. Honestly, I want to fuck off so bad. But we had 30 minutes until Sticky Vicky was due to perform. We were potentially getting a private showing all to ourselves. We were very uncomfortable and we had to fill the time. And also, look, I'm stronger than Ed. Sorry, Ed. Winner. I want to die. I really want to die. Pulled an egg out. Hey, she's a hen! The fucking rabbit! Pulled a rabbit out of his womb. Oh my god, there's two rabbits. What's next? A ladder. How much is in there? Oh, there's a carrot. There's a carrot being pulled out. Everybody loves this so much. Fair play. It was a big carrot. Oh, there's a bunny coming out of her ass. I could just see a pair of noughts. I feel like the Smithers meme. Now waving her fufu about. It's like a full lasso of felt. Like one of those slippery snakes. She's whacking people in the face with her quim felt. I've just been hit on the head by the quim. The quim felt. It just hit me on the head, on the bonnet. You've been molested. Right, she's just pulled out a bottle of Heineken from her min. This has been in her quim. I'm fucking leaving. Now, as I record my thoughts in complete silence because I forgot to turn on my bloody microphone, I came to the conclusion that I may simply be built a little bit different and that this place is just not my cup of tea at night. But in reality, during the day, I don't think people should be shamed for a Benidorm trip. It's cheap, it's hot but not too hot, it's got familiar food, and it's got the football on absolutely everywhere. Apart from the endless offers of drugs, everyone we spoke to there was absolutely sound, and it reinforced my belief that I will always be an absolute in-betweener.